Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India NewsHour, India's voice to the world. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Coming up in the next hour, PM Modi becomes India's longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister, etches his name in country's political history books, completes 4,399 days in office, Cabinet hails historic milestone. External Affairs Minister Dr. EAM Jaishankar to visit Bulgaria and Finland will hold discussions with counterparts and key leadership to boost bilateral partnership. US strikes Iran after helicopter downing in Hormuz Strait. Tehran targets US bases across Jordan and Gulf. Pakistan launches one of its deadliest strikes in weeks on Afghanistan's three provinces of Kunar, Khost and Paktika, killing at least 26 people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi becomes the country's longest continuously serving elected premier, marking 12 years at the helm of the central government, a journey dedicated to trust, development and public welfare. The Cabinet has passed a resolution applauding Prime Minister Narendra Modi for becoming the longest-serving elected Prime Minister for the consecutive terms. The members of the Cabinet also gave a standing ovation to PM Modi. Today, on 10th of June 2026, PM Modi has completed 4,399 continuous days in office. The historic feat reflects a journey of governance, transformation and India's rising influence on the global stage. PM Modi has surpassed Jawaharlal Nehru's record, but this milestone is not merely about longevity in office. It is the story of a vision that evolved from state-level governance to national transformation and from national leadership to global influence.
आज 10 जून 2026 का दिन भारतीय लोकतंत्र की यात्रा में एक ऐतिहासिक और प्रेरणादायी पड़ाव के रूप में अंकित हुआ है। आज श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी निर्वाचित प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में सर्वाधिक अवधि तक निरंतर देश की सेवा करने वाले प्रधानमंत्री बन गए हैं। उन्होंने निर्वाचित पीएम के तौर पर 4,399 डेज की निरंतर सेवा का कीर्तिमान स्थापित किया है, जो स्वतंत्र भारत के इतिहास में पहली बार हुआ है।
The historic feat reflects a journey of governance, transformation and India's rising influence on the global stage. Here's more.
History is not written every day, but some dates leave an imprint on the destiny of a nation. June 10th, 2026 is one such day, a day where a leader who began his journey from the grassroots rose through public service and earned the trust of millions across 3 consecutive general elections, reaches a landmark unmatched in India's democratic history. Prime Minister Narendra Modi becomes India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister, completing 4,399 continuous days in office and surpassing the record set by Jawaharlal Nehru. But this milestone is not merely about longevity in office. It is the story of a vision that evolved from state-level governance to national transformation and from national leadership to global influence.
Narendra Damodar Das Modi.
As Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi built a reputation for decisive governance, infrastructure-led growth, investment promotion and efficient public service delivery. Initiatives focused on industrial development, power reforms, water management and ease of doing business transformed Gujarat into one of India's fastest growing states. These policies reflected a long-term vision that would later shape national governance. As Prime Minister, he carried that approach to the national stage. From Digital India, Make in India, Startup India, and direct benefit transfer to large-scale infrastructure expansion, reforms have focused on empowering citizens and accelerating growth. India today stands among the world's fastest growing major economies and is emerging as a key player in sectors such as technology, innovation, manufacturing, semiconductors, and space. On the global stage, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has elevated India's profile like never before. India's successful G20 presidency, leadership on climate action, advocacy for the global south, and growing diplomatic influence have strengthened the country's voice in international affairs. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has received 32 international awards and highest civilian honors from countries worldwide, making him the most decorated world leader. Today, India is viewed as a major force in shaping global conversation on economy, technology, security, and sustainable development. At home, welfare delivery has reached unprecedented scales. Millions have benefited from housing, sanitation, financial inclusion, healthcare, and food security initiatives. Technology-driven governance has enhanced transparency and efficiency. From a chief minister known for development-focused governance to a prime minister leading India through a transformative era, Narendra Modi's journey reflects continuity of a vision and execution. The milestone of becoming India's longest-serving elected prime minister is not merely a record. It is a chapter in the story of a nation striving for development, self-confidence, and a larger role on the global stage. Tripti Tripathi's report, DD India.
Congratulatory messages consistently pour in for Prime Minister Narendra Modi from the national leaders on becoming India's longest continuously serving democratically elected Prime Minister. President Draupadi Murmu has congratulated Prime Minister Modi on becoming India's longest continuously elected Prime Minister, calling it a reflection of the people's enduring trust in his leadership. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan too extended greetings to the Prime Minister, saying the historic achievement is not merely a symbol of a long tenure, but a reflection of a transformative era in our national journey. As PM Modi becomes India's longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister, Union Minister J.P. Nadda has offered prayers at the Birla Temple. BJP National President Nitin Nabeen offers prayers at Jhandewala Mandir to mark PM Modi becoming India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister. Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta has also offered prayers at a temple on the occasion of PM Modi becoming India's longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav visited Lodi Road Sai Baba Temple in New Delhi and prayed that PM Modi may continue to serve the nation and that the resolve of 140 crore citizens for a Viksit Bharat is realized. Union Minister Mansukh Mandavia has offered prayers at the Hanuman Temple on Tughlaq Road as Prime Minister Narendra Modi became India's longest-serving Prime Minister. Union Ministers Piyush Goyal and Annapurna Devi, BJP MP Anil Baluni and NDMC Vice Chairman Kuljit Singh Chahal offered prayers at a Chanakyapuri temple to mark PM Modi becoming India's longest continuously serving elected leader. Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan offered prayers at Sri Jagannath Temple, Delhi, as PM Narendra Modi becomes India's longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister. Union Minister Jitendra Singh and Delhi Minister Pavesh Verma offered prayers at Connaught Place Hanuman Temple as PM Modi becomes India's longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister. Union Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal and MP Sambit Patra have offered prayers at Jagannath Temple in Puri, Orissa to mark PM Modi becoming India's longest continuously serving elected leader. Union Minister Giriraj Singh offered prayers at Hanuman Temple in Delhi as PM Modi becomes India's longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister. Meanwhile, Rajasthan Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma also offered prayers at Moti Dongri Ganesh Ji Temple in Jaipur. Congratulatory messages pouring in for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar extended his greetings to Prime Minister Modi for making history one day at a time, reflecting the enduring trust and confidence the people of India place in PM Modi's leadership, vision and commitment to national development. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi on becoming the longest-serving elected Prime Minister in India's history, completing 4,399 days in office. He wrote on X, and I quote him here, "A tireless karma yogi, guided by the principle of nation first, his tenure reflects unwavering dedication to India, steadfast commitment to the welfare of its people and transformative leadership in service of the nation. This achievement is a testament to the enduring trust reposed in his leadership by the people of India and his relentless pursuit of inclusive development and good governance. Over the past 12 years, India has made remarkable progress in development and global leadership, while also experiencing a civilizational reawakening that has made the nation more confident, self-assured and rooted in its heritage. As India advances towards the goal of Viksit Bharat, PM Modi continues to lead the nation towards greater prosperity, progress and global prominence." A meeting of the NDA to celebrate its government completing 12 years and Prime Minister Narendra Modi becoming the longest continuously serving elected PM of India will be held in national capital today. All constituents of the ruling National Democratic Alliance, besides the top leadership of the BJP, including Prime Minister Modi, are expected to attend the crucial meet. The meeting will focus on reviewing various national development programs, infrastructure programs, and the Modi government's vision to transform the nation into a developed country by 2047. All right, now, for more on this, we are joined by our correspondents. Akshay Dongre is joining us from Delhi. Aditya Srivastav is joining us from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Subina Roy is joining us from Dibrugarh. Shama Mishra is joining us from Mumbai. And Surekha Aburi is joining us from Hyderabad. First of all, a very warm welcome to all of you here on DD India NewsHour. First, I'd like to go across to Akshay Dongre, who's joining us from New Delhi. Akshay, there has been a lot of transformation on various fronts in various domains. Let's talk about defense here. We have seen a remarkable transformation when it comes to defense, especially in the last 12 years, Akshay. And the spirit of Make in India. India is now it's not just an importer when it comes to the defense equipments, it's also exporting now. So tell us about the achievement, especially on the defense front.
Well, Siddharth, thank you so much. Yes, you are absolutely right. There has been a major transformation when it comes to the defense sector. And there are several verticals of this transformation. We can talk about the Make in India initiative. We can talk about the private players now getting more into the defense manufacturing and collaboration with not just the domestic players, but also the foreign players. There is a transformation in India's policy against terror, in India's front as far as war against terror is concerned. India's transformation when it comes to modernization of our armed forces, a transformation that has taken an army, that was infantry-centric to now a more technologically savvy army that relies on technology, that has the reach of technology, best equipment from around the world, and also this equipment that was always imported now is being not only just manufactured and used by our armed forces, but also exported. There are major, arms manufacturers like Kalashnikov that are now producing and manufacturing in India using the workforce. You have our zero tolerance policy against terrorism. Now any kind of terror attack is being considered an act of war. Then India's action against terrorism, and not just on the external front. If you look at the internal front as well, the fight against Naxalism, the shrinking red corridor that has now limited to only a few districts, which will be wiped out very soon according to the government. All all of this has been transformational. And if we, talk about one after the other, it can take several hours to talk about all the achievements that have been achieved as far as the last 12 years transformation is concerned. So it has been monumental. In fact, it's a textbook example of how a country that was heavily, in fact, considered one of the largest importers of foreign arms is not only becoming self-reliant, but it's becoming fastly a very, very major exporter, exporting not only small-scale weapons and ammunitions to now, some of the best weapon systems like BrahMos. Tejas is one of the key development as far as the aerial arena of combat is concerned. Drones are being manufactured, foreign collaborations are happening. All of this has been possible because of the policy that has been implemented from top till end by the government, making business easier, making collaborations easier, reducing the red tapeism. All of this has been because of the policies by the government in the last 12 years.
Definitely. Akshay, a lot of things happened, when it comes to India's diplomacy as well, but we'll discuss this a little later. I'll come back to you, but I would like to go across to our correspondent Aditya Srivastava, who is joining us from Indore. Aditya, what development have you witnessed in your region and the entire state for that matter? Tell us about the flagship programs that have benefited people there.
Yes, Siddharth, these 12 years are transformative year for people of Madhya Pradesh.
Right.
BJP MP gives a slogan at last general election, MP ke man mein Modi. Now I tell you why MP ke man mein Modi. Because Modi government gave two major river linking projects for Madhya Pradesh. One is Ken Betwa river link project and other one is PKC, Parvati Kalisin Chambal river link project.
Right.
These two projects will change and we can say transform irrigation system of not only Madhya Pradesh but also Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh also. Around more than 70% of households, rural areas, people, families got tap water in a house. More than 8.3 lakh rural area families got PM housing scheme, facility for PM housing scheme. So there are a lot of, Madhya Pradesh is a launching pad of, there are some schemes for Modi government. Madhya Pradesh is a leading state for major flagship schemes of Modi government like PM Jan Dhan Yojana, Ujjwala Yojana. These are some schemes which was changed lifestyle of people of Madhya Pradesh. Road network is strong in last 12 years. Rail network is strong in last 12 years. There are 2 to 3 Vande Bharat trains got Madhya Pradesh by the Modi government. 6 to 7 major railway stations got a renovation in the Amrit Bharat Station Yojana. So we can say these 12 years are ease of doing business. We can say if we talk about the industrial area, business area, ease of doing business is a main factor for the businessmen in Madhya Pradesh. So Siddharth, we can say that's why MP ke man mein Modi, we can say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Aditya, so many developments there in the state, and that is why people are saying MP ke man mein Modi. Now, let me go across to a correspondent, Shama Mishra, who is joining us from Mumbai. Shama, India's economy is something which is being hailed not just in the country, but in the entire world. It is one of the fastest growing major economies in the world. Tell us about how we have reached here, and especially in the last 12 years, there has been exceptional development when it comes to the economy, when it comes to the GDP growth, when it comes to the ease of living for a common man.
Siddharth, the last 12 years have been really transformative, and in terms of economic landscape, it has been transformative developmentally as well. When we are talking about several schemes or several policies, there has been structural changes. There has been so many policy changes that the country has seen, and what the traders or industry they like to see is stability and continuity. These 12 years, the last 12 years, have given the industry, various sectors, exactly that particular point. You've mentioned about ease of doing business, ease of living, and
Yeah.
other policies that has made trading simpler, that has made living life simpler. Starting from GST, starting from the implementation of bankruptcy code, then reducing the red tapeism. All these aspects or policies changes have really invited people from across state to invest into other state, also from international companies or industries to come and invest in India. And when we are talking about investments, it is also seen on ground. There have been lots and lots of MOUs, not just on the central or the national platform, but also each state has been given this task, to invite various investment opportunities in their country in a lucrative way. They offer themselves as a lucrative way. So each state have their own, the state's name and that particular road show or the particular seminar.
Right.
In that, we are seeing there have been crores and thousands of investment, and that has been also seen on ground. While we are also talking about infrastructural changes, that is a major aspect which develops the country and which helps in various aspects of development. For example, the infrastructure is great of the country. It connects the rural areas to the urban areas. Then it will also boost your logistics. It will also cut down your costs. It will also cut down the days of traveling for products to reach from one place to another. It will save fuel. It will save money. It will save time. All these points have been kept in mind. And, when we are talking about Viksit Bharat, this is one major vision of a visionary leader who kept in mind that, when we are completing 100 years of our independence, we should be in that particular group where we call ourselves as a developed nation. And we have already started seeing those developmental changes happening on ground. There have been so many people who've come out of the poverty line. Employment opportunities have been created. And when we are talking about employment opportunities, it is not just people who go there and apply for jobs, but then there are people who have their own startups. People are
Right.
people
Right.
are encouraged to be entrepreneurs, and they in turn are giving jobs to n number of people. So that is how the development wheel of the country is moving, and it is moving
Right.
towards Viksit Bharat 2047. Siddharth.
Very well analyzed there, Shama, of course. And with the Viksit Bharat 2047, the vision which India has right now, it means that by the year 2047, when India will be celebrating the centenary of its independence, we are expected to make everything under the sun. Thank you so much, Shama. Very well analyzed once again. I would like to go across to Subina Roy now, who is joining us from Dibrugarh, Assam. Subina, the development of Northeast has always been the priority of Modi government, and there has been lots and lots of developments when it comes to the Northeast region of the country. Tell us about these developments and what is the mood on the ground? What are people saying? How happy are they? Subina?
Yes, definitely, Siddharth. If you look at the vision, Viksit Bharat for 2047, definitely A for Assam. As if you see in many of the PM Modi's speeches, he has reiterated that A for Assam and Northeast is for Ashtalakshmi. So Assam is definitely one of the forerunners, if you talk about in the way to become developing one of the most developed states in the future years ahead. Now, if you talk about the development, Siddharth, if you look at Northeast is an area which comprises of mountains, rivers, and it is, it's surrounded by foreign countries like we have Bhutan, Tibet, Nepal, then China, then Myanmar, Bangladesh, So it is strategically an important area if we look at the strategic point of view. So the PM has visited Assam and Northeast many times, and this time just in February, he launched the Moran ELF, which is an emergency landing facility, the first of its state-of-art infrastructure in Northeast. And as you know, the Dibrugarh is a strategic area, as just nearby we have the China just across the river, 20 kilometers from Arunachal Pradesh. So this makes it a crucial area, So and it has further given a further push to strengthen the chicken
You're
neck
absolutely right, Subina.
corridor. And then if we talk about Assam is a riverine state, Siddharth, and it is divided by the Brahmaputra, and we have the North Bank and the South Bank. And after the Modi government came into power, multiple bridges have been built. If we were to name a few, the Bogeybill Bridge, then we have the Dhola Sodia Bridge, then the new Pulbari Bridge.
Definitely, Subina, a lot of developments
up,
there when it comes to the northeast region of the country. You've just mentioned that after Modi government came into power, lots and lots of bridges were made, and there is a lot of prosperity that is clearly visible, in this state. Stay there, Subina. I'll come back to you. We are now joined by Surekha Buri, who's joining us from Hyderabad. Hi, Surekha. Tell us about the developments there in your region, especially that took place in the last 12 years. And what are people saying? How happy are they?
See, I would like to mention here that Telangana is also as old as, when we say it's 12 years old, so similarly, Telangana is a new state which was formed in 2014. But if you see the development, there's a lot of development that has happened, and especially when we talk of the infrastructure and always the railway system, that we have to mention that, there are more than 500 crores of money has been put in for railway, especially for Telangana, where we see Vande Bharat and other special, like, the Kazipet coach factory, which has been put in there. Other than that, we also need to mention and have on a broader perspective as to how South India is also developing. Because when we talk of politics, there's always been this saying that, there's just only one state in South India where NDA's government is there, that is Andhra Pradesh. But then when we talk of development, we see the development happening in all the 5 states of the South India. Let it be Andhra Pradesh or Telangana or Karnataka, Tamil Nadu or Kerala. The corridor which is there, we see, the IT parks which are there in Hyderabad, of course, that, and other than that, we have IT in Bangalore as well, and as well as in Chennai, and now we see it in Andhra Pradesh, Visakhapatnam as well. So the railway connectivity, the Vande Bharat trains which are there, so making it as an IT corridor is something that, that is happening, and this is the change that we can see that there's a lot of change that is happening, and we see that just not that, other than that also we see when we talk of IT park, Warangal has got an IT park where we see that weavers are there, and then there's an IT park which has been set up there. So more encouragement to the local and the culture which is there. And when we see that, Pradhan Mantri Modi is going to the religious temples of Dakshin Bharat, there is some aura that is there in and around, which somewhere gives, an aura which is formed where we say that, is indicating it to the youth as well that, stay rooted to your cultures and to the religion that you are, and you should celebrate every festival which is there.
Definitely. Lots and lots of development, of course, be it Assam, be it MP, be it Delhi, Telangana, or Mumbai, and in fact in the entire country. And that is why global leaders and everyone is hailing Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his visionary leadership. Thank you so much, Akshay. Thank you so much, Shama. Thank you so much, Aditya Srivastav. Thank you so much, Subina. And thank you so much, Surekha. Everyone, thanks a lot. The Ministry of External Affairs has shared a video showcasing a landmark achievement of India's G20 presidency, successful inclusion of the African Union as a permanent member of the G20, reaffirming India's commitment to a more inclusive and equitable global order under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership. Take a look.
सबका साथ की भावना से ही भारत ने प्रस्ताव रखा था कि अफ्रीकन यूनियन को G20 की स्थायी सदस्यता दी जाए। मैं अफ्रीकन यूनियन के अध्यक्ष को G20 के स्थायी सदस्य के रूप में अपना स्थान ग्रहण करने के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूं।
As I was earlier mentioning, you congratulatory messages consistently pouring in for Prime Minister Narendra Modi from world leaders on becoming India's longest continuously serving democratically elected Prime Minister. In a post on X, President of the European Council, Antonio Costa, congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi, calling the India-EU ties stronger than ever under his leadership. Costa expressed confidence in further deepening cooperation, partnership and friendship between India and the European Union. US Ambassador to India, Sergio Gore, congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi, describing the milestone as a powerful testament to his decades of dedicated public service and leadership. In a post on X, Prime Minister of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, congratulated PM Modi and said that the achievement reflects the enduring confidence and trust the people of India have placed in Modi's leadership over 3 consecutive mandates. In a message of congratulations to Prime Minister Modi, Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim hailed the achievement as a reflection of the trust and confidence reposed in Modi's leadership by the people of India and wished him continued success in leading the nation. The former president of the Maldives, Ibrahim Mohammed Solih, congratulated PM Modi, describing the achievement as a truly historic milestone. In a post on X, he said, "This is a truly historic milestone that reflects the enduring trust and confidence of the people of India have placed in Prime Minister Modi as steward of their aspirations and ambitions." India's remarkable economic, social and political progress during his tenure stands as a testament to his leadership. Leaders from Sri Lanka, Papua New Guinea and Trinidad and Tobago also sent messages marking the occasion, with several highlighting India's growing global profile under Modi's leadership. And also Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi on becoming India's longest serving elected Prime Minister. In a post on X, Prime Minister Meloni recalled her recent meeting with Prime Minister Modi in Rome and said the launch of the India-Italy Special Strategic Partnership reflects a shared vision for the future. She said that the partnership will create new opportunities for both countries and their people. Ethiopian Prime Minister also congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi, praising his leadership and vision. In a post on X, Abiy Ahmed said Prime Minister Modi's governance has driven economic progress, expanded digital infrastructure and strengthened the voice of the Global South. Former Australian Prime Ministers Scott Morrison and Tony Abbott also joined other global leaders in praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership. In their posts on X, Morrison and Abbott highlighted PM Modi's role in boosting India's economy, expanding infrastructure and enhancing the country's global standing. They also underscored his contribution to strengthening India-Australia ties and advancing cooperation through the Quad. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 12 years in office have not only strengthened India's engagement with BRICS, but have also helped build reliable and robust relationships with countries across the world. This is the view expressed by delegates attending the BRICS Agriculture Working Group meeting currently underway in Indore. Representatives from BRICS nations visiting India said that trade and economic ties between India and several countries have grown stronger during Prime Minister Modi's tenure. According to the delegates, India has emerged as an increasingly important partner on global stage. They noted that whether it is the expansion of BRICS or efforts to address key issues facing member countries, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has played a significant role in advancing cooperation and fostering consensus within the grouping.
I think the stability is incredibly good. Over the years of his leadership, we had a very building relationship, very good relationship. We are building our trade, especially between India and South Africa. There's a lot of commodities exported from both countries to each other, especially then when we add that to small-scale farming, which is important to build up communities or family farming. I think that this BRICS meeting has emphasized that quite a bit, and we are proud to say that we can build on our relationship in future.
Mr. Modi, as you know, with my president, Cyril Ramaphosa, have come a long way as very good friends, negotiating very large things. So we admire the fact that he has, been looking after your country for so many years, and the fact that we are now well established into the BRICS. The BRICS is joined now by 5 more BRICS. We had 5 BRICS in the start. Now we've got 10 BRICS. We are growing the foundation to the walls, to the windows, to the roof.
पिछली बार हमारा देश गया था, so अच्छा स्टेट विजिट था हमारा। प्रधानमंत्री इथियोपिया का प्रधानमंत्री भी अच्छे से स्वागत कर दिया मोदी जी के लिए। सो दोनों देशों बीच में अच्छा रिश्ता है। सो ये रिश्ता 2000 सालों ज़्यादा हो गया है।
We are meeting now for the 16th year consecutive. So President Lula in Brazil was present in the very first meetings, and in the case of Prime Minister Modi, you have always this long trajectory, 12 years. It's a sign of maturity and also the trust between our governments, because if you can keep a dialogue for so long, it means, well, little by little, we are building something solid. I think that's the reason we are here.
Wildlife is not just about forests, animals or biodiversity. It is about survival, balance and the future of humanity itself. From the roar of the tiger to the flight of the Amur falcon, from the mangroves of Sundarbans to the deserts of Rajasthan, India's wildlife conservation journey has witnessed a historic transformation in the last 12 years under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Lead India's Tapas Bhattacharya with this report.
India is home to one of the richest biodiversities on the planet. From Himalayas to the Western Ghats, from Sundarbans to the desert of Rajasthan, the country shelters thousands of species of animal, birds, reptiles and marine life. And over the last 12 years, the Modi government has placed wildlife conservation at the center of environmental governance. The vision has been clear. Development and ecology must move together.
If you look at the decadal increase, it is around 2% of the total forest cover which has seen the increase in the country. Even as per the ISFR report 2023, there had been an increase of 0.02% in the forest cover. This is not only possible by giving protection to the areas or winning confidence of the people.
One of the biggest achievements of the Modi government has been the unprecedented expansion of India's protected area network. In 2014, India had 757 protected areas. Today, that number has increased to more than 1,134 protected areas, covering nearly 1,87,000 square kilometers. These include 106 national parks, 574 wildlife sanctuaries, 145 conservation reserves, and over 300 community reserves. The Modi government has also strengthened the flagship wildlife programs through the Integrated Development of Wildlife Habitat Scheme. India's lion population increased from 674 in 2020 to nearly 900 in 2025. The country's first ever scientific survey estimated over 700 snow leopards in the wild, and India also completed its first synchronized river dolphin estimation exercise, recording more than 6,300 gangetic dolphins. These achievements showcases India's growing scientific and institutional capacity in wildlife conservation. Under Prime Minister Modi's leadership, Project Tiger has emerged as a global success story. India's tiger population has risen from 2,226 in 2014 to 3,682 in 2022. Today, India is home to over 70% of world's wild tigers. At the same time, tiger reserves have expanded from 47 to 58. The Modi government has also focused strongly on elephant conservation. Elephant reserves in India have increased to 33, with new reserves notified in Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Tamil Nadu. One of the most remarkable conservation stories under Modi government is the revival effort for the critically endangered Great Indian Bustard. Through conservation breeding programs in Rajasthan, artificial incubation, habitat restoration, and advanced reproductive technologies are now being used to save species from extinction. Prime Minister Modi's government has also focused on wetlands, mangroves, and forest restoration. The number of Ramsar sites in India has increased from just 26 before 2014 to 99 today. Through initiatives like Mishti and Green India Mission, mangrove restoration and forest conservation have received a major push. According to the Indian States of Forest Report 2023, India's forest and tree cover has increased to more than 25% of the country's geographical area. These efforts are strengthening climate resilience while protecting the biodiversity. Another major milestone under Modi government has been the reintroduction of the cheetahs in India. Project Cheetah has marked the return of the species to Indian soil after decades. Kuno National Park has already emerged as a major conservation landscape, while Gandhi Sagar and Bani are also being developed for the future cheetah habitats. At the international level, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also announced the International Big Cat Alliance during the 50th anniversary of Project Tiger. Today, 30 countries have joined the alliance, reinforcing India's position as a global leader in big cat conservation. The last 12 years, India's wildlife conservation journey has transformed into a global success story. And as India moves towards the vision of Viksit Bharat, wildlife conservation is emerging not just as an environmental priority, but as a national mission.
Well, to talk more on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remarkable record of being longest-serving continuous elected Prime Minister, we are joined by Mr. Praful Ketkar. He is a senior journalist. Sir, first of all, a very warm welcome to DD India NewsHour. Now, 4,399 days in office for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. World leaders, they are congratulating Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his remarkable leadership. And in fact, people in India are congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his visionary leadership. How do you assess these past 12 years in terms of the transformation that has happened? In terms of, when we talk about various domains, for example, defense, for example, healthcare, agriculture, technology, what's your assessment?
See, we need to take two things into account.
Okay.
One, these 4,399 days is after 3 consecutive tenures as chief minister.
Right.
So in public life, nobody has impacted the national life for such a long time through public service. So this is really remarkable. And in both the positions, as a chief minister and as prime minister, Prime Minister Narendra Modi made the entry directly as executive head. First as chief minister and then when he became chief minister, he was not member of the assembly. When he became prime minister, he was not member of the Lok Sabha ever before. And still, all the doubts about his abilities to deliver as an executive, he proved everybody wrong. Second most important thing is, before he taking over, most of India's development discourse or foreign policy discourse or even environmental discourse was caught in the binary. Urban versus rural, economic development versus environmental conservation. Most of our foreign policy was hyphenated, whether Palestine or Israel, whether this or that. So we were caught in binaries. Prime Minister Modi has successfully brought out India out of these binaries, and we have created our own, niche from all alignment kind of policy based on our national interest. But the third most important aspect of his leadership, which I find very fascinating, is the way he has, revive the civilizational pride among Indians, the way we have starting seeing ourselves
absolutely
globally. We are no longer ashamed of our our civilizational heritage and our identity. In fact, we are proud of it.
We are proud, yeah, of course.
So and through gestures and symbols and reconstruction of heritage sites, he has created that remarkable impact which in his own words, what he says as Vikas B and Virasat B.
Right.
So development and heritage conservation are not the contradictory to each other for him. It is two sides of the same coin. That is the idea of Bharat.
Definitely. And also, Mr. Ketkar, things like Viksit Bharat or Developed India or Viksit Bharat by 2047, self-reliance, these are not merely just statements. In fact, everyone is now working. This has motivated everyone so much so that people are now buying Indian and they are actually relying on the Indian products, which is actually boosting the economy of the country as well, and also is giving access to the Indian products in the foreign markets as well. Mr. Ketkar, welfare of the poor, welfare of the farmers has always been the priority of the Modi government. Tell us something about that, what all has been done for the poor and the farmers, and how do you see this particular scenario as of now?
See, another remarkable feature when it comes to delivery. What I spoke earlier was about the ideas and the way he governed, as a leadership. Now, if you see in terms of delivery, the best part of his delivery is, perhaps the best execution of participatory governance. If you start from his ideas related to, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, or demonetization, or Jal Jeevan Mission, where the numbers that we are talking about are huge, and electrification.
Right, lots and lots of development indeed. As far as PM Modi's government is concerned, lots of schemes, lots of welfare schemes, welfare for the poor, welfare for the farmer. And also lots and lots of opportunities for the youth has always been the priority of the Modi government. And today is the time when Prime Minister Narendra Modi has completed 4,399 days in office and still counting. The world leaders are congratulating Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The global leaders from all across the world are congratulating Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his visionary leadership and the work he has done. In fact, when you talk about the stature, India's stature on the global platform, then it has certainly increased, and the kind of love, the kind of affection Prime Minister Narendra Modi gets when he goes abroad is, clearly visible. Of course, India's relationship with other countries has significantly improved, when it comes of collaboration, when it comes of partnership, and there are some other aspects as well, wherein the relationship of India with the other countries has significantly improved. We are again joined by our guest, senior journalist, Mr. Praful Ketkar. So you were saying something about the developments, the schemes, the welfare schemes that were rolled out by the Modi government for the welfare of the poor, for the welfare of the farmer, and of course new opportunities for the youth.
See, the kind of, I was talking about the scale. When we are talking in terms of numbers, whether Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or entire cleanliness drive, or even for that matter, Beti Bachao,
Beti Padhao,
kind of, or 80 crore people getting food security, and or direct benefit transfer. The way technology has been integrated, but while doing all these things, the best part about his execution is, one, he's giving the targets. When he's not just giving slogans, he's giving targets. To achieve that target, he is using the technological means to monitor how far and how fast we are reaching towards those targets. Whether it comes to the renewable energy, whether it comes to electrification in rural India, whether it is taking potable water to each and every household. So everyday monitoring is there. And third most important aspect is his ability to involve people in this entire governance mechanism. When he gives a call, as you said, people are buying Swadeshi or
yeah, of course.
So that gives inspiration to people.
Definitely.
On many parts.
You're absolutely right.
Participatory approach actually helps in achieving those targets.
Definitely, Mr. Ketkar. From setting the targets to executing them, this government has undoubtedly done wonderful things as far as the welfare for the farmers, welfare for the poor and opportunities for the youth is concerned. Also, I was telling our viewers regarding the regarding India's stature on the global platform and the kind of love which Prime Minister Narendra Modi gets when he goes abroad, and the partnership between India and the other countries, whether in terms of trade, in terms of other collaborations. Today the world looks at India for various collaborations, and various partnerships as well in different domains. But we leave it there, sir. Thank you so much for joining in on DD India NewsHour. Moving on, cities and towns across Pakistan-occupied Kashmir were brought to a standstill on Tuesday after violent clashes between security forces and a civil society alliance have left 30 people dead and more than 200 were injured. In Muzaffarabad, supporters of the Joint Awami Action Committee, an anti-Pakistan government movement demanding economic and governance reforms, vowed to press ahead with protests. The confrontation comes days after Pakistan government banned the JAAC under anti-terror laws and urged domestic and foreign tourists to leave the region before June 9, citing security concerns. This is not the first time JAAC-led demonstrations have turned deadly. Over the past 2 years, protests over rising flour and electricity prices have repeatedly erupted into clashes with security forces, and this latest violence suggests tensions in the region are once again reaching a breaking point. Some updates from Asia now. Pakistan's military carried out fresh deadly strikes in 3 Afghan provinces in a renewal of a conflict that has killed hundreds this year. Afghan Taliban spokesperson said that on Tuesday night, the Pakistani military once again violated Afghanistan's airspace and bombed civilian homes in the provinces of Kunar, Khost and Paktika. The strikes killed at least 26 people and around 14 others injured, all of them children and women near their border. The strikes are the deadliest in weeks and follow a period of relative calm at the border after conflict between the two countries erupted in late February. According to the United Nations report published last month, at least 372 Afghan civilians were killed and 397 others wounded in that conflict in the first 3 months of this year. Food security has emerged as one of the biggest challenges facing the world today. Rising populations, climate change, natural disasters and disruptions in global supply chains are affecting food security across nations. At such a time, the role of BRICS countries becomes extremely important. At the BRICS Agriculture Working Group meeting being held in Indore under India's chairmanship, food security has emerged as a key agenda item.
Food security is not merely about producing sufficient food grains. It is about ensuring every person has access to safe, nutritious and affordable food at all times. However, the agricultural sector is currently facing multiple challenges. Climate change is rapidly altering weather patterns, with droughts in some regions and floods in others affecting agricultural production. In addition, global conflicts and trade uncertainties have disrupted food supply chains. This makes the role of BRICS nations even more significant. BRICS countries possess nearly 42% of the world's arable land, while around 68% of the world's small and marginal farmers live in these nations. They also contribute approximately 45% of the global food production. This is why the meeting being held in Indore is considered important not only for member countries but also for the future of the global food security.
The agriculture is very pivotal for the food, the importance of the health of the nation. And after the health, you talk about the wealth, because we also trade on commodities such as grains, such as fruit, such as animal products, meat and other things. So we are here discussing as these big countries in the global south that are now challenging those other countries in the West in terms of how do we make sure that the agenda of the developing countries, the South-South collaborations, make an impact and a voice in the global space.
Under India's chairmanship, the meeting is approaching food security from a broader perspective. India believes the solution of the food security lies not only in increasing production but also in making agriculture sustainable, technology-driven and farmer-centric. Representatives from BRICS countries have also praised India's efforts to empower small and marginal farmers, saying that these initiatives could serve as a model for other nations.
India is a good example of how small-scale farmers are doing well. There are a lot of farmers, they plant, cultivate, and are doing very well in terms of organic products, and they certainly will contribute not only in this area, in several other areas, but especially on that, because they have a very good care about their producers. Is a kind of example for all the world.
The BRICS Working Group meeting will continue until June 11 and it will be followed by BRICS Agriculture Ministers meeting in Indore on June 12 and 13. Alongside discussion on critical issues, foreign delegates are also being introduced to India's handloom traditions, art and culture. Saris from Madhya Pradesh's Maheshwar and Chanderi regions have also been showcased at the venue. Aditi Srivasta's report for DD India, Indore.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 will begin on Thursday night, marking the start of the biggest edition of football's biggest tournament. The opening match will be played between host Mexico and South Africa at the Mexico City Stadium. This World Cup will feature 48 teams and a total of 104 matches hosted across 3 countries, the United States, Canada and Mexico. Teams are divided into 12 groups of 4. The top 2 teams from each group, along with the 8 best third-place teams, will move to the round of 32. From there, the tournament will follow a knockout format until the final, which will be played at the New Jersey Stadium in New York. That's all for this edition of DD India NewsHour, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India NewsHour.